my dudes, and welcome back to another Movie Monday on a Tuesday. Yeah, I'm just here to mess you guys up. It's part of what I do. So this week, I'm super stoked because we're doing a Movie Monday on a movie that technically wasn't supposed to be a Movie Monday movie. It was supposed to be a recommendation. But here's the story behind it all, okay? One of you had said, watch the movie Braindead as a part of your favorite / top zombie list movies. I clued in quickly, and I was like, shit, this person probably means, frickin' what's the movie? Dead Alive? And I've obviously seen Dead Alive. Dead Alive's a classic. So I was like, what else is under the name Braindead? And this movie comes up, and it's a dude's face that's being stretched. From 1990, guys, I am using this movie for my Movie Monday, because what a flippin' treat it was. I'm telling you now, what a great film, okay? So this movie is very, like, sci-fi horror. Frickin' Bill Paxton's in it. Plays, like, the classic, like, greasy kind of guy. Anyways. You got this scientist dude who works in a lab, and he's, like, a neuro-type dude, and he's got all these brains and different things, and he, like, has names for them, and you can see he's, like, they all have personalities, and then something happens, and all of a sudden, he's like, oh my god, am I going mad? Am I losing my mind? And he keeps having this, like, alter ego called Halsey that, like, pops up, and it's like, you don't know if it's him, or if it's somebody else, or if it's, like, you know, is this whole neuro center that he's working for, like, betraying him, or is it not? Anyways, it was such a wicked ride. This movie felt a lot like, man, imagine if The Reanimator made love to Jacob's Ladder, right? That's what this movie felt like for me, because it did have that, like, I want to be serious and creepy and, like, fever dreamy vibes and, like, visuals, but it also had that kind of, like, goofy science kind of background to it. Anyways, this was so good. Guys, if you have not seen it, it is streaming right now on Tubi TV. I highly suggest it. I'm literally going to pick this one up to add to my collection because I loved it so much. Literally, what a happy find. Dude, whoever recommended, you know, Dead Alive, but you named it Braindead, I know that has, all these movies have so many alternative names. I just want to say thank you very much because we also stumbled on another amazing horror movie that everybody should see. That, like, I never even heard of growing up. You know what's the weird part? I do remember the cover art. I remember seeing that while walking down, like, you know, freaking movie places. What do you call them? Movie rental places? You remember those video stores? That's what they were. Okay. All right, it is time to start with recommendation day. So, you guys, I had a chance to cover 3 movies this week, and I am starting with this one. So, Vermeer5 from YouTube shouted out that I should watch the movie Silent Rage. Now, I forget why this movie came up. It was a movie that we were watching where the person kept freaking healing and just getting stronger and stronger. I'm having a brain fart, that's fine. But this movie is basically that, but also starring Chuck Norris. So, it starts off, like, super hard-hitting in the sense that you have, like, a freaking, like, tons of kills, like, right away. And it's basically this dude who almost seems like he's trying to call up his doctor, and he's in, like, a frantic panic, like, I need help, I don't know what's going on. And then, like, he kind of, like, goes silent about it, and, like, literally offs, like, the whole family, and you're just like, what? So, and then he goes into, like, the doctor's office, and they're, like, testing on him, and anyways, he just keeps healing. And he's a maniac, and he's going around the streets, and Chuck Norris is like, I'm gonna get this guy. Anyways, I don't know why Chuck Norris has that voice, but he has that voice now. It was an okay movie, okay? Do I highly suggest it? No, but it's worth a shot. And it definitely is very similar to, I want to say, what was that movie we were watching? It's like Mind Ripper, right? Where the dude, like, comes back and he's, like, 10 times stronger. Anyways, remind me if there was another movie we watched that was similar. So thank you for that. I mean, I will never say no to a good Chuck Norris movie, so I appreciate it. On to the next. Was it even considered a horror movie? I mean, it's like an action horror movie, right? There is a dude going around killing people, so. Alright. I'm gonna stop. Next. Ooh. Next up. Phantasm. Yeah, so, like, the first movie. I'd never seen it before. I tried to watch it, but I never got the whole way through. My buddy, James Skews, was like, yo, Vicky, this is, like, my favorite movie. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna friggin', he's a good guy, he's talented, he knows his shit. I may as well give it a try. Yo, that tall man is so creepy. So Phantasm is like one of the weirdest little movies, and it's made in the 70s. Who would have thought, okay? Um, like really well pieced together. The music is epic. Like if I knew somebody that was selling the album to this, I would probably buy it because like the music is super good. But you basically have this little dude, this little boy, and his brother, and they live like next to a freaking, what do you call that house? The like a mortuary type place where they keep the bodies. Anyways, and they see some weird shit going on. It's like the little kid like is getting suspicious, some weird shit going on. You know, he's hanging out near the graveyard, he's seeing little minions, and he's like, what are these little minions? And then like he sneaks in there, and then he sees this like these weird old dudes like going into this room, and then he sees that like this dude's like bleeding yellow, and he's like, oh, that's not right. And anyways, this movie's freaking whack. Okay, this movie, like, I was not expecting that at all. I went into Phantasm blind. I don't know if any of you, like, if any of you, like, have seen it. I can't even speak. If any of you have seen it. But, like, this movie was so weird. Like, one of my favorite scenes, though, like, because it's like you smell the freaking funeral home. I don't know if you guys have been to wakes or whatever. I've been to many, and I feel like you smell that carpeted weird cleaning. I don't know what they use. It's like if you ode a funeral home, there's a smell, right? Anyways, this movie really brings you into it. You feel like you're in it, and then you get to that room where it's all white, and my TV's not that big, but I was watching in the dark, and it's amazing how much everything gets like stupid bright, and you're just like, oh, it's weird. And there's this whole scene where like they go beyond this door, and it's just all these barrels, and all I can keep thinking is like the new freaking, what's his name, Dahmer, the new Dahmer series, where those blue vats, right, where he kept bodies, but imagine all black vats all over this bright white room. You're just like, what is going on? Anyways, Phantasm did a great job. It is a very strange movie with an old tall dude that chases kids and has little minions and like these silver balls. They go, woo! And they shoot at these things, and like your blood comes pouring out. It's crazy. It's crazy. But like, kudos to them. Very original film. I don't think I've seen anything like this. I don't think there's been any horror movie that's tried to redo this kind of theme. They're all the same. Anyways, Wicked movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you need to see it because it's just a classic. Yeah. Is when that tall man is running behind. How he's so fast. Okay. On to the next. Lastly, today, my dudes, I am talking about the movie Horde from 2009. So that was recommended by William Turner from YouTube. My dude, so you type in Horde on Tubi, and there's like 7 Horde movies that came out. I had a feeling, I didn't remember because I didn't look at my laptop when I probably should have, but I jumped for the 2009 one because it did say it was a French film. So I was like, all right, knowing William Turner, you've had really great movie recommendations so far, and French films are always a bit more whack, so put it on and like, whoa. So this was from the zombie shout out that we did back in October, and you had claimed this was your number 6, I think, on your list. And this is a really great film, actually. It was 1, the zombies were fantastic. 2, the story draws you like right in. So it's basically like you get right into it. It's almost like this group of cops is like going into this building, and you don't like, you kind of have this feeling like it's a bit end of the worldy going on, like something's weird. Anyways, these cops are trying to get into this apartment, and it turns out that apartment is filled with, I don't know, you'd assume they're like drug dealers of some sort or something, and they all start offing each other, but at the same time, you kill one person, and they come back alive, and they're just like, what the hell? So it's almost like the beginning of like an epidemic of zombies beginning, but they're within this like huge like, but I'm trying to capture these people because they're bad, but at the same time now we have to work together. It's a really neat way of taking a zombie situation. You know, like we've heard Romero's like time and time again, it's so much more focused on like the social dynamics and like really taking you through like the selfish person, you know, the dick, you know, the arrogant one, and then you have the soft child, and then you have like the woman and the man and the so, but this takes it on a whole nother thing where it's like, no, like we're talking like, here you go, it's the end of the world, you guys gotta now freaking get along, even though you just offed half your buddies, then enjoy. And the zombies are crazy in the sense that they're like 28 Days Later vibes where they're like running, they're stupid strong. At one point right at the beginning, they're just like shooting and you're just like, forget them in the head. Right? Like, when in doubt, it's like, do they all have awful aim? You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching this and I'm like, this is despicable. And finally, like, one guy whips out a shotgun and gets him like super good, and you see like brains everywhere. But you're like, took you long enough, especially if they're cops and like freaking. Anyways, I'm not gonna judge their shooting skills, but. Anyways, fantastic film, guys. If you have not seen The Horde yet, it's entertaining. And it's just a wild ride. It was a very, very well done film. Guys, I want to say thank you again for another wicked week of recommendations. And I hope my Movie Monday also hit the ballpark with you guys. I hope you discovered something new. Because honestly, I am so happy I found Braindead. Guys, if you're subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're not, you'll get on that. Be a part of the family. Thank you and have a wicked week. Okay, bye.